The captains are out in the middle. Grania Keneally. She's been around a few years. She has been Cork, Waterford, Kildare now, and now captaining Eadestown in their first ever AIB Leinster senior final. Whereas Kilmacud have been here, done that, going for a 3 in a row. Emer Sweeney there. And listening to Barry Redmond, the Wexford referee, explaining what he expects today from the two teams. And Ray, I think that's Ray from Sportsfield out there getting the photograph. It is indeed, of course, of Grania Keneally, as she now goes back. And I interviewed her a couple of weeks ago, and she gave me a rousing, passionate reason why Eadestown are really gunning for this game today, and they are. It's a big occasion for them, but of course they are up against the juggernaut that is Kilmacud Crokes, and she herself described it as David against Goliath. And I don't think that was just talk. It is true, because Kilmacud have 4,800 members. It is a classic big city club against a small country club. I have with me Tara Rowe, Offaly player for many years. And how would you be looking at this one here in Tullamore today, Tara? I've sort of built it up already as David versus Goliath. It's hard to avoid that. It's cliche, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very hard to avoid it. You've the big club coming from Dublin, as you said, over 4,000 members against a little country club. Hopefully it is close enough. We'll find out soon enough what way it goes, but we're hoping for a good game today.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 teams in Kilmacud, 4 ladies senior teams. I mean, it's an enormous pick, but it means then that the senior team, it's the product really of all of those teams. And we were looking at the age profile there, and it's fascinating because Kilmacud, all of their players in the match programme, if the ages are right, are from 23 to 32. And there's only one over 30, that's Philippa Green, who's 32. The rest are between 23 and 29. Nobody under 23. And the funny thing yesterday when we did the junior and intermediate finals, so many girls who were even as young as 15.
Yep.
And then you had one of the girls who came on was 45. But you look today at Kilmacud, and they're all girls who you could say are in their prime, between 23 and 29. Supreme athletes. And then you look at Eadestown, the goalkeeper's 34, the fullback's 36. You have 34, 38 at midfield. Grania's 37, and then you have girls who, like Abby Cahill, who's only 18, Kate Murphy, who's 19. You hardly have anyone in that 23 to 29 bracket, and it's just fascinating. Now, I would like you to tell me, or somebody to tell me, it doesn't matter. The passion will come through, and these girls are here, and as Grania said, we're there on merit, that kind of thing, but it's an amazing contrast, isn't it? Yeah,
no, it is. It's absolutely amazing. See, like Kilmacud have got the pick of the best players out of 4 teams, and they're able to bring in girls between 23 and 32, as you say, in their prime, well developed players. And then you look at Eadestown, it's a small country club, and it's the girls that they have up there, and that's what they're going with. I've no doubt that the passion from the girls, it doesn't matter what age they are, they're going to go out and they're going to give it their all, and they're going to be there playing for their club. They're not going to hold back a whole lot in it either, so it's very interesting to see the age profiles of both teams.
And I'm going to go a little step further in that and make it even more dismal, if you like, for people watching this, expecting a real clinker of a game, because we found out that Eadestown have lost their centre half-back, Ruth Sargent. Now, her family is steeped in the club. Her mother was a founder member and played years ago, and Ruth is coming through. She's only 20. She's won a couple of O'Connor Cups. Smashing young player, and her family, as I say, is steeped in it. She, we have heard, is not starting. That's a huge blow for them. Now, Alana Kelly has come in, and of course, Alana's a good player too. But when you add that up with Grace Clifford is in the subs, who's the Kildare captain and who is a cousin, for example, of Jessica Harney, and she's associated with that club as well. So those are 2 key players. I mean, Grace has won 4 national trophies with Kildare in the last 2 years, the most successful Kildare lady senior captain ever in the last couple of years. She has lifted those 4 trophies, and she is not starting either, and neither is Aoife Clifford as well. So it doesn't augur well.
No, it definitely doesn't augur well, but management team obviously know what's best for the team going out today, and whatever is after happening with Ruth, that she's on the bench, and then for Grace and Aoife to be sitting on the bench, they must be carrying some kind of knock.
Now,
you
what
can
she's
see.
saying in there, if that's any indication
Yeah.
from the interview, she will be telling them, forget all that stuff that Jerome's
Yep.
talking about. That's rubbish. You know, we're as good and we're entitled to be here, and no better leader of a team. You know, so
Yeah.
that will be the message for them. So look, they will get tore in here.
Oh, they are, and you can see Granya's down there, and she's given a very passionate speech to her teammates. So they are going to be fired up coming out at the start of the game.
Lindsay McGee has sent a message on the Facebook. Tuned in to watch our girl Lauren McGee from Lanzarote. I hate it when people do that. There was one from Spain yesterday as well. Actually, I don't mind at all. It's actually quite mild here, isn't it? I mean, for the 10th of November, the weather's grand here in Ireland. We're lucky enough. It's also free on the YouTube as well. Just having a look there. Melanie Farrell is already on watching there, and a few other people. Let's look at the teams quickly then. Let's look at Kilmacud first then. I've built them up already. It's a superstar lineup. It's a galaxy of inter-county stars. Derv Lagar, the goalkeepers from Galway. Alva Dalverin is at 11. She's the Galway captain. Niamh Cars from Donegal. Emer Sweeney, the fullback. Niamh, the two Kane sisters at 5 and 12, and they'll be up and down the field. And of course, there's 5 Dublin seniors there. You've Kate Murray, fabulous player. Grace Koch as well, with Lauren McGee in the middle, and you've Niamh Cotter, who's played for Cork for many years, and then you've finishers like Eva Rutledge. She scored a hat-trick in the final a couple of years ago, and Michelle Davern at full forward. What a player as well. So just a fabulous team on paper. Let's have a look at Eadestown then, and their goalkeeper is Andrea Jebb. You see the big cheer going up now, and that's for Eadestown coming in, so their supporters are here in force. And you have Denise Tierney at fullback, and you have the likes of, Alana Kelly has come in wearing 19 for Ruth Sargent, as I mentioned. Siobhan O'Sullivan at number 8, Laura Byrne at number 9. She's 20, Siobhan's 38, so an 18-year age gap between the two midfielders. And then in the forwards, you have Jessica Harney at number 12, she's 22. One of 9 children. And she's 2 sisters in the subs, Lily and Katie, who are 15 and 18, only 15 years old. And then in the full forward line, you have lots of youth there. So maybe they'll cause trouble with their youth and pace in there. So those are 2 lineups. And now the president, Trina Murray, will go out and she will meet the players. Or are they going straight to the anthem? It looks like they might be doing that first here at this ground here in Tullamore. No, Trina is going out. The players have all turned the other way. They're told to turn back now because they're going to meet Trina in there. But looking at the teams there, Tara, what would you pick out?
Definitely the ages are still standing out for me at the minute. But yeah, looking at the Kilmacud Crokes team, the amount of talent they have from around the country in there. Like you've Galway, you've
Cork,
Donegal,
yeah.
Cork, the whole lot in there, along with their Dublin starters as well. So yeah, no, the Grania said it a few weeks ago. It's David versus Goliath, really. Looking at that, but
a few more messages coming in on Facebook. Emma Byrne, watching from Vancouver, says, "Come on, Eadestown." And you know, it is a big occasion for the club to be in this final for the first time ever. It's huge, and no Kildare team has ever won it. And we were looking; they won the junior about 20 years ago, so it's huge for them to get here. And they've won 5 Kildare in a row, and Grania's right; they're here on merit. To be fair, aren't they?
yeah, no, they have. They've worked hard to get here. They deserve it. Like coming in today, hopefully they do stand up and give a good account of themselves for their club. And
I'm going to scare them a bit more though, because Kilmacud in the quarterfinals they won 5-10 to 7, semi-finals 5-15 to 1-6, and in the last 2 Leinster finals they scored I think 4-18 and 4-17 or 4-16. You know, so they'll have a game plan here, and they will try to put that into place right away. And you'll have Eadestown, they'll have a game plan too, and they'll try to bring their passion to it. But as I say, Dublin have won 13 senior titles in their history in a number of clubs, and Eadestown are here for the first time. We've had a message from the really unofficial Kildare GAA fan saying best of luck to Eadestown. Massive blow, missing 3 county stars. The inspirational Grace Clifford, but Grania will have those girls bouncing. That is absolutely true. Keep the messages coming. In fact, one of the best ways that you can contact me these days, the most effective, is on Instagram. And on Instagram at Jerome Quinn 1. Feel free to send me a message there, or leave a message on the Facebook there under the stream. I'll keep an eye on those, or on the YouTube as well. You can go on to one of those. So Tara Rowe is with me. We're nearly there for the start of the game. Your last thoughts before we get into it? What do you think?
I don't know, hopefully, I'm just hoping that it's a good game. I'm hoping Eadestown can step up to Kilmacud today and give them a good game, and hopefully it's not too defensive. Looking at what Kilmacud has scored in the last couple of games there, and they're hitting in a lot of goals. I'm hoping Eadestown don't put 15 in behind the ball and try stop those goal chances.
But you could understand them maybe early on trying to do that to stay in the game. But maybe it's because we're up high here, but it looks like a huge pitch.
Yeah, it's a massive pitch. I've played on it as well, and it does take the legs out of you. But it is it's a massive pitch. There's a nice crowd building over the far side as well, so hopefully that adds to the atmosphere on the day. Absolutely.
Looking at this championship over the years then, 2013 to 2014, Sarsfield's from Laois won it twice. Then Foxrock Cabinteely took over from 2015 to 2020, and then Dunboyne won it in 2021, and Crokes have won the last 2, and they are going for 3 in a row here today. As I say, the referee is Barry Redmond. The cup is called the Bill Daly Cup. It's Dublin against Kildare, the 2024 AIB Leinster Senior Championship Final. Kilmacud Crokes against Eadestown. Time for the talking to stop and the players to get on with it, and I'm just looking around to see who has gone where, and already I see, is that Niamh Cotter has gone to midfield. No big surprise there. The number 10 for Kilmacud and number 11 has moved out to the right. That's Alva Daverin. So a little bit of switching around there, and the ball is thrown in. I'm looking around to see who else is there, but let's follow the ball for now and let's see what happens. And it's Eadestown who get their hands on it right away, and that was Laura Byrne, and giving it to Denise Tierney, wearing number 3 but clearly not playing at fullback. And there is the number 19, that's Alana Kelly, who has come in for the start of this game, Grace Koch, and she puts it down into the forwards looking for Amy Conroy, who comes out. And the run into the middle, I see the midfielders going in there. Koch has followed right into the middle, and he could get a score here, and in fact he might even get a goal here, and it's Eva Rutledge, back of the net. Well, it took 32 seconds for the goal, and she sliced through. I think she got a hat-trick in this final 2 years ago. She's on the way again already. What a start for Crokes.
Brilliant start. Excellent goal.
Deadly finish there from Eva Rutledge. And 1-0 in the first minute of the game, and that's a blow to Eadestown. We were talking about their need maybe to keep it tight at the back, but they have been breached in the first attack, and Kate Murray immediately goes off looking to try and get another score, and Alva Dalverin puts it in, and it's poked out back to the Galway captain. She still has it, and she's got inside again, and she's going to go for a point, and she takes it. 1 goal and 1 point already, and it looks ominous as we watch the replay of this. They're getting in easily, aren't they, Tara?
Yeah, very, very easily, and you can see them as well when the ball comes out past the 45. Kilmacud have got 5, 6, 7 options of girls running off the shoulder, so it's...
And looking at the press here from Kilmacud, they're going player for player. They're marking everything and forcing them to go long. And they have gone long, and it's worked for them here, though. They have got on the break, and this is Marianne Ryan giving it back to Anya Mirna, and this is the number 3 again, Tierney, who, as I say, is not playing fullback, more sort of centre half back position, but they've given it away, and Lauren McGee pounces on that, and there's a chance here for another goal because there's 2-on-1, a 1-on-1 with the keeper, and she's not going to miss from there, and it's Michelle Daverin who puts it in the top of the net, and it's 2 goals in 2 minutes. What a start. As we watch the replay again, Lauren McGee nips in there, and you knew at this point here that there was a goal on top of the net, 2 goals, and what a start for the champions. Kick out again has gone straight to Kilmacud. This is ominous after only a couple of minutes. Michelle Daverin enjoying herself. They're not even taking points, or are they? Well, they put one wide, but there was a foul there, and that's going to be a free in. They're not even getting points at this stage. It's 2-0. It's like a soccer score.
Yeah, and it was Niamh Cotter who was going to take a shot there. She was fouled. She was actually going for a point there. It was pushed over. So
yeah, 2 goals and a point. Sorry, 2
Yeah.
goals and a point and no score, and this will be 2-2. What a start! My goodness, are they really this good? Are they really this slick? Kilmacud, easily done. And I think the answer is yes.
yes,
you know.
no, they are. Yeah, no, we're 2-2 to no score, 3 minutes in.
I mean, as I say, they scored 10 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
4 goals in each of the last 2 finals. They're already halfway there in goal tallies anyway. Andrea Jebb with the kick out. And again, they're being forced, Eadestown, to go with just putting the ball up in the air from the kickouts. They can't even get possession from them.
No,
and
they
then
can't.
they're losing it and they're coming straight in and they might get in here again. Surely not another goal right away. And nearly, very, very close, but they are just being sliced open. But it's those kickouts are causing such issues, aren't they?
Yeah, the kickouts are causing the issues, and you can see Kilmacud have pulled their half-backs and midfield are coming up to the 45, so they are crowding the area out. They're not giving Eadestown any option to win their own kick-out. They're putting pressure on, turning it over, and then, as I said, they're just running off the shoulder.
And they haven't been able, Eadestown, to get out really of their own half.
No,
I don't
they
think it's
haven't
been
got
over half.
past. They haven't got past their Kilmacud's 45.
Yeah, they won one of the kickouts, but still weren't able to get it up the field. So it is very ominous, as I say, very one-sided early on. And a great start for Kilmacud. Very, very dominant performance so far. And they'll have put a lot of effort in to studying this game, and it certainly seems to have paid off. They seem to know exactly what they're doing. It's hard to know what else to say, actually. I'm trying to find different ways of saying that it's utterly dominant, which is obvious. So a 45 to be taken by Amy Conroy. Let's look at the movement here and let's see where she's going to put this. Could you put it over from there? As you were saying, it's a big pitch. It's not going to go, but could be picked up. No, it's gone over the end line. Coach was trying to get there but didn't. And Andrea Jebb, the goalkeeper, taking her time kicking this out. But again, just talk me through, Tara Rowe, what you think's happening here from these kickouts as we look at this big wide shot here.
Yeah, like you can see it there. They have Kilmacud have their full back, they have their cornerback, and they've another player. I can't see her number on the 45. Everyone else is inside Eadestown's 45. They're just putting as much pressure as they can on the girls out trying to win the ball. They'll turn it over, and then it's just constant movement. You can see the Kilmacud players, they're standing back and waiting. Eadestown are chasing the ball, while the Kilmacud players are holding back, timing their runs, and just waiting for that pocket of space. And then it's in the back of the net, it's over the bar, or as we've seen there, just slightly wide.
So constant movement is the key when they get the ball. You saw every girl moving there, support off the shoulder. They're moving it quickly. There's nobody holding on to it. So let's look at it again. It could be replicated now. So one player there, but it bounces. They get it, and here is the movement. So they all immediately are trying to transfer it. Everyone's available. They're on their toes, and look, they're just slickly moving it around here. Look at this here movement. It's amazing, isn't it? It is actually impressive to watch.
It's impressive, and you can't see it off the camera. They've another 6 or 7 players outside the camera shot there waiting to make those runs inside as well. It's really impressive how they operate.
I suppose when you look at it, Kilmacud have been here 2 years. Maybe it takes time to get to the certain All-Ireland level, the level that Kilkerran and Clonbyrne are at, and that's what Foxrock did for a number of years. You need to be here for a number of years.
Yeah, it's the same when you're trying to win a county title as well. Like, you have to be in semi-finals and finals for a couple of years before you can win it.
Here they come again. It's Alva Davarin, and she's been unselfish as well, but it's easy when you have so many options. It's well intercepted there, but it's given straight back, and it's Kate Murray coming forward. She was a fabulous player to watch for Dublin this year, and she stroked over points like that for Dublin, and she stroked over another one just there. But so easy for Kilmacud, and the ball just been given away, and Eadestown are in all sorts of trouble early in this game. 7 minutes in, and there's 10 points in it. Now, can they get the ball here from the kick out? You see, there's nobody going short, and even if they go, they are not able to get it, so they're having to go long. But every single break seems to go, and there it is again. And that was Niamh Cotter, and she just palmed it down into Molly Lamb's arms and said, there you go. And Alva Davarin gives it across to Laura Kane. Niamh Cotter, and she makes a mistake but is able to retrieve it, And Alva Daverin available. It's almost like they turn and they know where everybody is, and they don't spend any time on the ball, every player, and they've created that little bit of space there for Aoife Kane to put it over. They're so quick, nobody even seems to hardly take a solo on it. It's amazing to watch.
That was over.
8 minutes gone then. And
the umpires were taking their time putting
was
the
that
flag
wide?
up.
No, it
has
gone
gone
up.
up.
Yeah.
They were taking their time putting the flag up.
But look again, nobody going short, nobody even trying to go short there, and every ball is just having to be booted up in the air. And even if Eadestown get a hand on it, it still seems to go to Kilmacud. But this one is going to go to Eadestown, so they have it faced up by Lauren McGee. Inside to Laura Byrne, and the crowd are doing their best to get to Eadestown, and Grania Keneally now will do her best and moves it nice and quickly and gives it to Alana Kelly, but she is being turned over there. 2 players on her right away, and Kilmacud have it, and they're looking to break again and do a little bit more damage, and they pop the ball in to Michelle Daverin. Kate Murray scored one a second ago. Has she got another one? No, she's put one right and she's put one wide, but again the pattern is very, very clear.
Yeah, and you can see with the Kilmacud players, none of them are selfish. There's no one trying to do it all themselves.
But as I say, that's easy when you have such stars players around you. That's the plan. But
it's the movement that helps that as well. When you know you can only hold the ball for 2 or 3 seconds and you're going to have 2 or 3 options as well, it's a lot easier to move around.
Here comes McGee again, winning the kick out, and McGee is there, and so is Murray, and that's Molly Lamb up from centre half back, and she's support there if she needs it, but she gives it across to Michelle Daverin, should be and is another goal. 3 goals and 5 points, and we're not even 10 minutes into this game. This is incredible. I mean, if they keep this up, this could be an unbelievable score.
Yep, it could be an unbelievable score for them. So
now, goalkeeper coming out again, and how many times has Andrea already had to kick this ball out, and yet her team has not managed to get over halfway. They've won a couple of them, but again it's a hit and hope, and Keneally, or rather it was Siobhan O'Sullivan there, but it's one-way traffic, and it's Alva Daverin again to Michelle Daverin, unrelated, different counties, and this is Eva Rutledge who started it with the first goal. Niamh Carr. A lot of these girls from around the country, but they're in South Dublin teaching and jobs like that there, so they're playing for Kilmacud. And this is Molly Lamb now, so they have a lot of homegrown players as well. They have a lovely mix, and they really are, I would say at this stage, going to be a big threat to Kilkerran, Clonberne, or the likes of them, whoever comes through. And of course there's a big change in the rest of the country with new teams coming up, but as I say, that experience you get at this level seems to be crucial. And look at the way they're so patient here, and that Eadestown have 13 players back, and they can't get a glove on them.
No, they can't. They are pushing out, and they're trying to press them a little bit, but it looks like they're just chasing. Kilmacud are very patient.
Shadows.
Yeah, they're chasing shadows.
Keneally has it, she's got it, and she boots the ball up and see if we can transition here, and she gets it up to Tara Bedford, and she is a 22-year-old, and she looks to get it in, but it doesn't work, and that was number 20 actually there. Did you see for Eadestown? Who's that?
Sarah Carroll.
So it was another change we must not got before the game. Must have been a very late change there.
It must have been a late change before throw-in. It's Kate Murray from Eadestown who is...
There's 2 Kate Murrays. So it's a Kate Murray for Kilmacud as well. So
yeah, it's Kate Murray from Eadestown, number 15. I can't see her number.
Oh, Kate Murphy.
Oh, sorry, Kate Murphy.
Yeah.
Murphy.
So she's not playing, is she?
She's not playing, no. Sarah Carroll has started ahead of her.
Right, okay. It matters not at this point. That was the first time at least they got over halfway, but Kilmacud have got it back again, have pressed them in again, they've hemmed them in there, and look at the movement, and look at this way they transition, move the ball across the field quickly, and that's the way to drag the defence. But that's a poor enough effort at a score there, and it's the first time I've said something slightly critical of Kilmacud, because to be fair, they've been kind of sensational here.
They have been, and in fairness, Lauren McGee had a little bit more time there where she could have brought it in and made sure of it, but they are creating so much space, and like that, pinging the ball the far side of the field.
It's kind of been a perfect performance for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
They've had 3 or 4 wides, but they've scored 3-5. Yeah. And here they come again, Alva Daverin. And again, not at loving her, very easy. And she throws a few dummies and comes inside and will go for her own score. And she gets it, and that is all too easy for the Galway captain. 3-6, so it's 15-0 in 12 and a half minutes. This is incredibly impressive by Kilmacud Crokes, and as I say, they are now moving on to All-Ireland level. If you look around the rest of the country, I mean, you know, Ballymac were there for so long from Waterford, but now they've been beaten this year.
Yep.
Cloneraon are new in Ulster last year. They've won one, but you know, at All-Ireland level they lost to Ballymac last year, so they need time to get up to that level as well, and they might do there in the Ulster final next week, which we will be live streaming as well, so it'll be fascinating to see that. Let's break off from that story to give you more commentary on what's happening, because Laura Kane has given it to Alva Davrin and they're just enjoying themselves out there. And as you said, Tara, the movement is there and nobody is holding on to the ball too long. Look at the way they move it quickly, that's the way to do it. And even the Eadestown have 13 players back there, they just cannot even get near them. We'll see the movement as they come in a little bit closer and come back out. Oh, a bit of a slip there. They've given it over the head of Lauren McGee, but there's always someone there, isn't there?
Yep, they always have someone just hanging off the back there as well. If a player makes a mistake, they have a teammate there to help pick it up and go again.
Must be amazing to play for them at this level. It must be a delight to play on that team. Michelle Davrin, 2 or 3 players around her, but she still finds a way to get it over the bar. So just come back to my point and what I was saying there, the All-Ireland series, for example. I mean, Leinster champions are going to play the Munster champions in the All-Ireland semi-finals, and you've Comera Rangers there who have beat Ballymac. I mean, they'll be a great force. They're playing Castle Island Desmonds from Kerry today at 3 o'clock, and then you've Cloneraon are in the final next week in Ulster against Lurgan from Cavan. So there's a lot of change there, but there's a lot to be said for teams who have been there, done that, as we were saying from Kilmacud. And you're watching this today and you're thinking, okay, Kilkerran and Clonberne are fantastic, but who's going to beat this team?
It's one of them questions, is who is going to beat this team. Like their movement off the ball, their support play, the fact that they don't hold on to it for any more than, I'd say, 5 seconds. It is going to take a great team to come up and stop Kilmacud.
Well, Eadestown are making a bit of progress now. They have got Laura Byrne on the run and she is driven through, and the crowd immediately have got behind them here. Even though they're so far behind already, they are giving them great support, and my goodness, they would be delighted if they got a score even here, and they're getting behind them as best they can, even though already you'd say it's a foregone conclusion, but at least Jessica Harney there is taking that one quickly. And this is young Abby Cahill, and she's making a run at it at least, and she's going at them on her own, but unlike at the other end, she is soloing and carrying it on her own. It's mainly on her own, and there isn't the same support. And look at the hounding here by the Kilmacud defenders for Siobhan O'Sullivan having to go back out to Grania Keneally. And can they get a score here? There's a interesting ball into the middle, but it was a bit of a 50-50, and a lot of players in there from Kilmacud, and one of them got a hand in, but it may actually be a free in, or maybe it's just because there was an injury there, he's held it up.
Yeah, I think the ball bounced up and hit number 20 in the face, so I think it's just maybe a head injury he's stopping.
Yeah, but wasn't there a contrast between the two attacks there, isn't there?
Massive. Like when Kilmacud had the ball down the far end, they always had an option, and Eadestown coming down the far side, and look, they've done a lot of running in the first 15 minutes. They were trying to push Kilmacud out. And they just didn't have the support that Kilmacud were offering to their teammates.
Exactly, yeah. And the way that Kilmacud go back to defend as well. I mean, they just know exactly what they're doing all the time. Reminds me of Kilkerran and Clonberne a couple of years ago. I saw them down against Ballymac and Dungarvan, and it was a terrible day weather-wise, but their performance was just unreal, and you just thought, this is different level stuff here. But Kilmacud have got to that level today, you know. They're going to be a serious threat. Whoever comes through there, and as I say, they'll be playing either Comera Rangers or Castle Island Desmonds in the All-Ireland semi-finals, the way things are going. And they're on the attack again after that little brief attack for Eadestown. We're now into the second quarter of the game, and if people are still joining us on the live stream free on YouTube and Facebook, they're going, is that the right score? But it is. It's been so impressive. 3-7 to no score. It's even hard to see at the minute Eadestown getting a score. Yeah,
very difficult. Like they had the ball twice past the 45. I don't think they even passed the 21.
No. Molly Lamb leaves it off. Yeah, they haven't had a kick at the goal. They just haven't been allowed to get anywhere near it.
No.
They come out now to Laura Kane, Molly Lamb. She just takes about 2 seconds and makes a decision quickly and passes it on. Aoife Kane, and they've done this a lot of times, haven't they? The kick pass to move it across the field, never mind the hand pass, and the kick pass sort of draws the defence around a bit. You know, what is it they say? The ball travels faster than any player.
Yeah.
And the option is always here to move it across. And look how deep Eadestown are. It's like they're afraid to sort of come out any further because they know they'll be sliced open. Molly Lamb again. And she gives it inside, and they are still able to get through there, even though there's so many players back. Look, she's still going there. And eventually it is done for over carrying, and it's worked for Eadestown. But yeah, even when they go into those sort of close encounters, they still seem to manage to hold possession really well.
Yeah, no, they do manage to hold possession really well in there. And
so we're free for Eadestown, which is going to be taken by Denise Tierney. And it has to be said, I suppose, if anyone's arriving late, we should point out as well that there's no Grace Clifford, there's no Aoife Clifford, and they lost Ruth Sargent before the game as well. So huge blows to Eadestown. We don't mean to be too harsh on them. We're more singing the praises of the opposition, and even if they had had their full 15, I'm not sure that they've been getting too close to them here, but definitely didn't help them, those blows before the game. This now is Lauren McGee again. She's been there, done it with Dublin, and now is doing it with her club. And to think, like, up until 2022 they'd never won a Leinster senior, never been near it, but they were building obviously closely, and they have that production line in South Dublin. And here is Michelle Davern just waiting for the game and waiting for the ball to come in. It comes in, and easy as you like, just pops it over the bar, and it has been so easy. 19 minutes gone now, and it goes to 3-8, 17-0, so it's basically a point a minute. Kick out again for Andrea. She's had a lot of them, and I'd say 80% of them have been won by Kilmacud. Is that fair? If not on the first ball, on the second ball? Maybe more, maybe even higher.
I would say higher, yeah. I think Eadestown have only won 2 or 3 of their own kickouts from...
Yeah, and even that has been on the break, and then they've lost it on the second ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long afternoon, Tara, when you commentate in games like this, because you run out of things to say, because it's so obvious, and people watching can see it for themselves. But we'll see if Eadestown can make any inroads here. And Laura Byrne did make an inroad a few minutes ago, gives it to her captain and says, right, let's inject a bit of urgency here, let's try and get going. And she does pop it, but look again, the pressure comes in, and that was Niamh Carr who got in and won that one, and the referee is going to hold this one up because there was a bit of a collision there, and we'll watch it again here what happens. It was Niamh Carr coming in on Jessica Harney, and that was a sore one on the referee, of course, just stopping the play and holding it up. So a little bit of respite. And it's a shame, isn't it, for the big crowd from Eadestown, because they got one attack and they really got behind them. You wish that they'd just been able to, as you said before the game, to keep this game interesting. But it is interesting in another way, you know, because it's so impressive to see a team playing at this level.
Yeah, but Kilmacud have been really impressive 20 minutes into the game. Like, Eadestown not having a score on the board has a lot to do with how defensive, well, not defensive, but how hard their defence is working when Eadestown have come and pressed against them. Like, they could have been asleep, their backs could have been asleep for the first 20 minutes there, and the 2 or 3 chances Eadestown did have, they could have went in and scored. But the girls down there, even though they've touched very little of the ball in 20 minutes, they've still been very sharp to anything that has come down their way. You
just feel sorry for Eadestown. I mean, it was obviously a big build up in their club, and it means so much to them to get to this stage, to be in this final. 5 Kildare titles in a row, and they get to their first Leinster final. But as I say, what a blow, losing those 3 players and Ruth Sargent before the game as well. I feel so sorry for her as well and her family. I mean, those are big blows, but look, they've done well to get here, and maybe this will be a learning process for them. But Kilmacud are enjoying themselves out there, and they get it out to Laura Kane and so much room. And Michelle Davern, like, you know, there's so many players around her there, but they're not getting close to her. She's all the time in the world to take it, leave it off, pop it over the bar, do whatever she wants. Aoife Kane involved again. There's that kick pass we've seen so often, and Kate Murray going for her own score. Easy as you like, from just outside the D or around the D there, and we'll watch it again coming in here, and it is an absolute masterclass. 22 minutes gone now, and it is 3-9. So they're nearly in double figures in points. Now this kick out looking for Keneally, who made a good run for her goalkeeper, who I'm sure is very grateful for that, and they've got possession. Can they build up the pitch? Kate Murray coming in with the challenge on Laura Byrne, who is only 20 years old, and she's shown good energy and good attitude in the game so far. But look at the pressure again coming in. Can they get over halfway? They have. And this is Anna Hines. But again, it just breaks down in there, partly because of the pressure from Kilmacud. And there was a challenge there, which the referee is going to blow for. I think he's going to hold up the play. And it was the Kilmacud player who has gone down injured. Let's look at that one again as it comes in. Yeah, and that ball was just not a great ball. And it was the number 20 who just reached out with her arm there and connected. And I don't know if it's a free or not, but certainly it was a sore one for Emer Sweeney, I think it is, the captain there. But you know, the little fist pass in there was just, it was too tight. And okay, tight, yes, the marking is tight, but still. Yeah.
The marking is tight. It was the wrong pass to give.
But I guess they're trying to force it, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to force stuff when they don't need to be forcing it. Like, it's one thing Kilmacud have been really good at is it's their patience and it's timing the runs. And as you said already, it's like they know where each other is going to be.
Just checking on the messages on YouTube and Facebook and making sure everything is okay there and you're all able to watch this live stream, thanks to Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football making it free to view on their YouTube and on their Facebook. Feel free to leave a message for me there if you like. The Kilmacud captain Emer Sweeney has gone back to her position. She thankfully is okay, and Eadestown have the ball with Mary Ann Ryan. They're number 7. I can't look at the challenge coming in there. It was Niamh Carr trying to nip in, and she was the one who nipped in a few minutes ago as well. So very tight in defence. They're definitely not sleeping back there at all. Anna Hines now again for Eadestown, the Kildare champions. But the pressure being exerted now by Niamh Cotter, and behind her there's a wall of purple and gold waiting to put more pressure on, and Siobhan O'Sullivan there, and the advantage had been given, and now the free has been allowed to be taken from there. Good refereeing to give them advantage, and he has given them advantage again, but I feel he's going to bring that one back. They'll maybe get another chance, and they will, even though that one was blocked from Siobhan O'Sullivan, for a chance now to get their first score.
Yeah, that was good refereeing there as well. He seen the free and he let the play develop to see if Eadestown could get a score from play.
Brilliant block, though.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Did you see the block at the end of that? Was it Molly Lamb? Maybe, I'm not sure, but what a block at the end of that. You know, their textbook stuff, very disciplined and very good at the basics. But there is the first score of the game for Eadestown, and that gets a big roar, and it takes the bad look of it for them. They have got a free, and they put it over the bar, and it's now 3-9 to 1 point. But here come Kilmacud again. They've got the ball out very quickly, and they're immediately on the attack. And look how many Eadestown players are back. Look at all the blue jerseys back there, and there's another 4 or 5 off camera. They have got back, but they're just almost sitting off too much. I can understand why they are, but it looks like they're just sitting off too much.
But even on the Kilmacud were taking the kick out there, the keeper did take it fairly quickly. But none of the Eadestown players were actually looking at the keeper when she was kicking the ball out. They all had their backs to the ball. They were all heading back down to get into their defensive setup. So, to
be fair, Tara, I mean, they're run ragged. You know, they're exhausted already, and they've hardly got the ball. They're mesmerised here, I'd say, by this performance.
Yeah.
And there's a mistake, my goodness, by Kilmacud. We haven't seen too many of them. Gráinne Keneally taking the ball on the run at pace and immediately looking to get supporting as well and to move this play, and that's better rather than just booting it. But look, they try to measure it, and then there Aoife Kane nips in and drills it into the corner, and the pressure is being exerted again. They just cannot get out, Eadestown. And Michelle Davern always available and always so calm in possession there, but is she going to get a decision? She is going to get a free in there, as that broke down a little bit, but they get it again as we watch the replay. 26.5 minutes gone, 18 points to 1. Not a lot to say other than that. The scoreline says it all. Although you have to say, never mind the scoreline, the performance has been exemplary.
Yeah, Kilmacud's performance, 26 minutes in, it's been amazing to stand here and watch the movement and how well they work together.
And Niamh Cotter drills that one over the bar to take their points tally to double figures. And Andrea comes out to kick it out. It must be a record for the number of kickouts she's had in this first half. And it must be 90% maybe now for Kilmacud winning them, and they've won it yet again. That's Eva Rutledge. And she'll get the decision as well from the sideline. Aoife Kane. She's got lots of options and just gives it back out here to Niamh Carr. Niamh inside to Lauren McGee, who's just ready and waiting for it to go on the attack again. And you see the runners around her. She's got a lot of options. Gives and goes and going to fancy her own one here. Is that going to go over? No, it's gone to the right and it's gone wide, but you can't blame her for having a go.
No.
But again, you know, there's no real challenge in the ball. That's why she's thinking I may as well have a go. It's like they're just sitting off a little bit too much Eadestown, and I don't mean to be harsh on them, because I would not want to be playing against this Crokes team. They're hard to get near.
They're hard to get near, and Eadestown seem to be sitting in front of goals. They're trying to stop the goals from coming in, so that's why we'll probably see more shots from distance.
Yes. Keneally again trying to inject a little bit of life into your team to lift her team. She will do that all day long, and that's a nice ball back to her as well from Byrne. And they do get over halfway, and the crowd rises quickly when they just get over halfway. But the pressure again amazing there on Jessica Harney, but they have got through, and I wonder, can they get close to maybe get their first score even off the game from play? And that's better, keeping possession. But Kilmacud have got 12 players behind the ball now, and they're all around the middle there. There's no way through the middle, and Eadestown enjoying a little bit of possession, and that's a lovely ball in actually. But is that Emer Sweeney getting one hand and then another hand to it? No, it was Niamh Carr actually, and it's just too congested in there, and that ball a little bit wayward. And if there is a wayward ball at all, you will be punished. Emer Sweeney coming out, but she loses it, and instead Eadestown have got it back, and that was the number 20 again. She's been involved in there quite a lot. She's done well, and this is Anna Hines now again. And that is Harney again, and this is better. Nice little dummy solo as well from Siobhan O'Sullivan, and an effort at goal goes to the right, but they are going to get a free and maybe a second point off the game, but better.
Yep, it was better for Eadestown there. They worked the ball really well, getting a shot off and getting a 45, so hopefully they can muster another score up out of this one.
Just checking the programme, because I can't keep calling her number 20. It's Sarah Carroll who is in there, who you think is in for Kate Murphy, 15, yeah?
Yep.
Sarah Carroll in at the start, yeah. So 2 changes at the start. They lost Ruth Sargent, of course. Can they get a score here? Pressure being exerted by Lauren McGee, and she is a fierce competitor. And she has brought that to this club as well, and they have turned it over now, and that was brilliant work again for Kilmacud. And it was actually McGee who was chiefly responsible for the turnover, and Eadestown have a lot of players back, and there's only one up there, and I think it's Eva Rutledge, but look how well she does against all of the players, and actually gets the free as well. I mean, it must be demoralising for Eadestown at this stage. You know, even when they get 3 players over there and they are working hard to get back, they still just can't stop them.
Nope, they can't stop them, and when they get the ball up the far end, Kilmacud are defending in 3s and 4s as well and just crowding them out, so it must be very hard for the players to be trying to operate against that today.
Is that another one? No, it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. I mean, does it really get better than this? Is this, I mean, from all the games that you've seen at club level, have you ever seen a club team play as well as this in one half of football?
No, I don't think I've ever seen a club team operate like this. Just they're amazing to watch.
I mean, the likes of Kilkerran, or before that, you know, Carnacon, Donamoyne, these sort of great teams, Fox Rock, you know. Yeah,
there has been great teams in the past, and no doubt about it, and there'll be a team in a couple of years' time, and we'll be comparing them to Kilmacud as well, but right now they are...
Ooh, off the bar.
Right now they are they're amazing to watch. Their movement off the ball and their support play, their defending, everything, it's brilliant to watch.
Off the crossbar, that could have been the 4th goal in the first half. We had 2 goals in 2 minutes, and we were thinking it was going to be a cricket score, as they say, but it's 3-10 to 1 point at half time. Could still be some kind of a record score as we watch some of the scores from the first half. It's been relentless from the Dublin champions and surely now the Leinster champions for the third year on a row. They really have not eased up. It's been utterly dominant, but very, very impressive football as well. As you see, Kate Murray putting one over and the players coming off at half time here in Tullamore. It's been a long, tough half for Eadestown after all the anticipation and the excitement, and I see their goalkeeper going off. She has had a really tough half, but the whole team has been run ragged by just an utterly dominant masterclass by Kilmacud Crokes. They have certainly gone to another level, and it will be hard to see them stopped in this All-Ireland Championship. But for now, it's the Leinster final, and at half-time, after almost 32 minutes of one-way traffic, it is Kilmacud Crokes 3-10, Eadestown 1 point. Hard to know what they're going to say in there at half-time in both dressing rooms. There's not a lot to be said, but we will be back with the second half in about 6 or 7 minutes. Welcome back for the second half. Both teams making their way onto the field for the 2024 Leinster Senior Championship Club Final. And Kilmacud, as you say, down there are right there doing their last minute workout with a few sprints. And Eadestown have gone out to their positions. And as you may also be hearing, there is a substitution or two being named. Definitely two. I'm seeing now Tara's chomping at the bit. She has it. Go on, Tara. Go for it.
Christine Moore, number 20, is on for Kilmacud. Darren Egan, number 22, and Sinead O'Donoghue, number 26. Haven't seen who's gone off the Kilmacud team yet, but those are the three girls on.
Let's go through that again. Sorry, 20.
Number 20, Christine Moran. She's gone in there, I can see, at wing forward. Number 22, Darren Egan, is gone in corner forward. And number 26 is Sinead O'Donoghue. She's just here right in front of us as wing back.
Sinead O'Donoghue. Now, I don't know those names, which makes me think, I wonder, have they even more young talent coming through there? I'm not sure, but I will check that as we follow the play as well, with Eadestown now playing from right to left with Anne-Marie Logue coming out with the ball, and their captain is ahead, but that's Siobhan O'Sullivan, and get the two of them mixed up from distance sometimes. There is Logue again passing it around, and Eadestown enjoying a little bit of possession here, but then comes the challenge, and it was from Lauren McGee, and they have got a turnover 1 minute into the second half. In the first half they had a goal by now, Kilmacud.
Molly Lamb is one of the players gone from the Kilmacud team. Kate Murray has moved into centre back. Right,
so a positional switch there, and it is Kilmacud now with the ball. And here is the 26, Sinead O'Donoghue. Kate Murray, she had a terrific first half. Excellent. Well, they all had terrific first halves, I guess. And Eadestown again just sitting deep again and letting their opponents just pass the ball around. Sinead O'Donoghue, I'm just checking the programme, she's 23 years old. Davern again with the slick pass and the run through, and they might get through for a goal here. She might get done for steps. No, she carried on. Keeper saved it rather easily, and I think it was Grania Keneally who got a bit of a challenge there. Now Kate Murray. And again, just a quick transfer all of the time. And you know what, Tara? The passes are always so accurate.
Yes.
You know, they're played at pace right in to make it easy for the player receiving it.
Yep, they're always into the chest or into the hand. They're very rarely.
And that is just going to the right and wide. So the other subs, Darren Egan, she's only 19. So she's come in, and Christine Moran is 20. See, yeah, I was right there. They're young players being given their chance. I mean, these are maybe players who have come up through the four teams, but it's an interesting decision by Kilmacud to give them all a chance in the second half. There's other players who would be more experienced, but they're giving them a good half of football as well.
Yep.
It's an interesting tactic, or an interesting, you know, what they're trying to do there. Do you change things or do you not? What do you think?
No, definitely. It looks like it's Niamh Cotter and Amy Conroy that's gone off the Kilmacud team there as well. But it's good to get the girls in. Like, it's 3-10 to 1 point. The girls that are gone off, they're well experienced players as well. And to get these young girls in, let them experience a Leinster final, you're trying to breed them into what you want them to be doing in a couple of years' time as well. So it's a good opportunity with a game. Unfortunately, the way it is a good opportunity to get girls in and get them experience.
Good work there by Abby Cahill, who's a young player on the Eadestown team, the full forward, only 18. Good determined run by her. She lost possession but had been fouled just before that. And now Siobhan O'Sullivan, and she's kicked that just to the left and wide. On the other side of that, Tara, you know, if you're one of the Kilmacud players and you've trained all year, you're playing the senior final, you want to play surely, or are they just totally buying into the team ethic?
I'd say it's both. Look, they probably do want to play, but they are buying into the team bit as well. I know as a player you'd always want to be there, you'd always want to be playing, but the back of it as well, you do need to realise as well that other girls have to get on. You could get injured, could be sick, or you just might run yourself into a ground against a team or an opposition that is extremely tough, and everyone has to be ready to do their bit on the day.
Yeah, you can't get annoyed if you're playing on a team like this, because it really is a fabulous, slick operation, and it must be a joy to play with. And realise that it is an honour, and you've done well to even get near the number one team in the club, and for them to be so good. And obviously there's big things ahead, but you know, the ominous thing for Eadestown is that the young girls coming in are really going to want to do incredibly well. They're going to keep pressing, and they want to press for a place in the next game as well, so they're not going to let up at all here. And that's Lauren McGee going for it. I think it got a touch there, might be a 45. No, it's a wide ball. And what's the surprise here? 4 minutes in, they haven't scored yet.
Yeah, 4 minutes in, and we've had a couple of shots there, right? Nothing gone over. But going back to your point there, there's girls coming in today, and they're going to want to be starting the All-Ireland semi-final. So they're going to be doing everything they can to show the manager, give them a reason to pick themselves. So.
Eadestown now with a nice bit of possession, trying to make progress up the field, but much easier said than done. And indeed, it's broken down. They've been turned over. That was a block there, and it's ended up with Alva Davern, and it was Eva Rutledge who got the block in to stop them, and it's going to be a free in as well. The referee had given advantage, and he's going to bring it back, and they might get their first score now. 5 minutes into the half, 5 minutes into the first half, it was about 2-2 to no score.
2-2 to no score, 5 minutes in, yeah.
A few comments on the YouTube service that we have for you that is there, that is free. One from watching from Madrid. Brona Murphy says go on Crokes. Emmett Ryan is watching in Zurich, says come on the Crokes. And on the other service, the other platform we have for you is on the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Facebook page. Try to do two things at once here, which of course men are not very good at, watching the game and reading. And this is going to go over the bar, and it is the first point of the second half, and it goes to 3-11 to 1 point. Yeah, just checking on the Facebook, but there's no new comments on there. We have viewers from Vancouver and Spain, I know that, and I'm sure they're enjoying the coverage if they're from Kilmacud in particular. They win it back inevitably, and it's O'Donoghue who gives it to Kosh, and this is Michelle Davern, quite a bit from goal. She's usually a lot closer and linking everything together beautifully. That could drop into the net. It drops off the crossbar and indeed into the net. Was it off the post or off the bar? I don't know, but that's a tough one for Eadestown to take early in the second half, and it was Kosh, and yeah, came off the post and into the net, and you saw the look and the body language there from the defenders as if saying, oh my goodness, you know, come on, you know.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It was a good goal. Tough for Eadestown to take as well. 4-11 to a point. 36 minutes gone.
Well, in the last two finals, I don't have the scores to hand, but I'm pretty sure 2022 was 4-18 and last year was 4-16 in their two finals. So they're well on the way to surpassing that. They've got the same number of goals already, Kilmacud, so that's at least 4 goals in 3 Leinster finals in a row. And there's another point from Alva Davern. They are not relenting at all. 7 points, 7 minutes into the second half, and they've got going again after no scores in the first 5 minutes or so. But yeah, this is heading for a big score the way things are going. But you know, you have to admire. You have to admire
Kilmacud in what they're doing. See, Eadestown have a few warming up here now, so they might be making a couple of changes themselves.
One again, and room again for Kilmacud. They're in again. And you'd imagine there should be at least a point here, and it slipped by the substitute. Number 20 there was involved there. That's Christine Moran, but it broke down in the end when it looked like it was sure to be a score. Siobhan O'Sullivan slips the ball to Anna Hines, and this is Jessica Harney. But it breaks down. If you make one mistake at all, they're on you. They're all over it.
Like poor old Jessica was out there. There was 4 Kilmacud Crokes around her, just as she was getting her hands on the ball, and that has been the biggest difference all day.
Yeah, when they get the ball, it's almost as if they're trying to do everything 100 miles an hour as they're doing now, trying to do something at pace to make something happen. Whereas when Kilmacud have the ball, it looks like they've all. And there's another example. You know, one mistake and boom.
They're in on top. Yeah, they're pouncing. They're ready to go.
But they have so much time on the ball when they have it.
Yeah, Kilmacud they've time and they've patience on the ball, and as soon as Eadestown gets it, then it's like the switch is flipped around, and it's kind of like, no, I have to get in here and pressure on to get the ball back.
Well, they have possession now, though, and they get it again to Jessica Harney. And again, look, she's just no time on the ball, and immediately a good challenge comes in. You know, it's not a foul.
No, it's not a foul. There are always good challenges, or they'll just crowd them out. And
Lauren McGee involves, and O'Donoghue, and the number 17 involved there as well, Alana Jones. When did she come in? Did she come in? I didn't spot that one. So 17's in there for Kilmacud, isn't she? I thought I saw a 17 there for Kilmacud. I'll follow the play, and if you can try and check that, that would be good. Michelle Daverin again, bottled up for a second, but she's able to evade all of those challenges and still gets away, and it's just going to go over the end line here. But Daverin really is a handful in there. She's a super player. Yeah, 17's in there for Kilmacud down there. She definitely is. Yeah. So Alana Jones is in. Maybe there was 4 changes at half time.
There could have been 4 at half time. We could have missed one if she was standing over the far side at the pitch.
Yeah, there was so many they made, and the scoreboard went up there. Paul McCahey was down there doing those, but it was like trying to follow them. There was that many of them. Now Eadestown are lining up a change. Siobhan O'Sullivan is in a bit of bother out there as we watch the goal again. 21 is coming on. That's Katie Harney, and that is a sister of Jessica, and Katie is just 18 years old. But how they would love to be able to bring Grace Clifford, Ruth Sargent, Aoife Clifford on. It's like clubs like that can't do without 3 players like that.
Not 3 players of their calibre as well, like, but they're fantastic footballers, and for any club to be missing 3 players like that is just... Yeah, it's a shame, it really is, for such a big occasion. Alva Daveran puts it in again, and this is Kate Murray, always running, always looking impressive on the ball, a great runner with or without the ball. But that one ends up going wide, so it remains 4-12. 10 minutes into the second half, 20 to go. And Andrea again has to go along with their kick out, and they have got there, have they? No, look, and even then when Anna Hines looked favourite to get to that ball, there was a Kilmacud player who went in and got a touch on it, but they still have it here, and there's a chance now for Jessica Harney to get a little bit of possession, and that's better. They are over halfway, but again the slip, and Kilmacud are always there to punish you and to transition really quickly, and it is Lauren McGee, and she's got options. She has the number 22 out there, and that is Duran Egan, who came on at half time, and another of the subs, but uncharacteristically they make a mistake. But look, there's always somebody there, and it's Michelle Daverin. She does everything so well. That kick is just going to go to the right and wide, but Michelle Daverin to me has been the best player on the pitch so far. She just doesn't make mistakes, and she's so clinical in possession, whereas Eadestown have made a lot of mistakes in possession today. Even when she seems to lose the ball, she gets it back. Yep. And she's not selfish in what she's doing. Herself and Kate Murray have been brilliant for Kilmacud. They've been everywhere, and every pass they make is going where it's meant to be going as well. Substitution
then, and Grace Koch has come off after scoring that goal, and she's been replaced by Alex Bedford. So that's 5 changes they have made now, and 1 change for Eadestown. You've spotted there. Kate Murphy has come off.
Kate Murphy's coming on.
Oh no, she's coming on. That's right.
And number 20, Sarah Carroll, who started the game.
So that reverses the change before the game. Yeah. So 15 coming into the play. 4-12 to 1 point, and that was from a free in the first half. So they haven't scored from play each time. But here comes Kate Murray once again, and she gives it in to Christine Moran. And now Kilmacud have changed a third of their team in this second half. Christine gives the ball out. It's still the same performance, and they have options round to this right hand side, and look where Michelle Daverin is. She pops up everywhere. Just
brilliant to watch.
Yeah,
like she gives the ball off, and she's just gone on a little jog there now, and she'll just keep moving around. She'll pop up on the receiving end of a ball in a few minutes again. Yeah, she's on the edge of the square now. She's gone back in there, and they're just passing the ball around here, and Eadestown are walking at this point. They don't want to come out. No, they don't want to push out at all, and they're kind of happy to let Kilmacud hold the ball there in the 45 and push it around. Or they just don't have the energy at this point. Maybe that's partly too. As well, yeah. A little bit of that as well. 22 you see there is Duran Egan. Just giving you those names again because they're new in the second half. Alex Bedford 18. Alva Daverin
They're just trying to work something here, and look how quickly they move it. And, that's a nightmare for a defence, I guess. Now that's going to go to the right. It might curl in. No, it isn't. When you move the ball that quickly, it just means the defence have to be on their toes all the time.
They have to be on their toes. And in fairness, the Eadestown defence there, they did when Kilmacud got the ball in closer, they started moving a lot quicker and pressed out, and they put pressure on the kicker, and she eventually put the ball wide. So it's they're slow in one sense, but then when Kilmacud push up on them, they are moving that little bit quicker than to press out on them.
Now this is a little bit different. There was a shorter kick out there, and they have managed to get up to halfway now, Eadestown, but it's taken about 10 passes, and they've had to try to avoid the press, and there is the press coming in again from Kilmacud, every single player, but she did well, and it shows the way the game has gone that even winning the ball that you're supposed to win gets a big rousing cheer from your supporters, because they know how hard it is just to do that. And this is a nice little bit of possession now for Eadestown as we go towards the third quarter mark of the game, and it was Jessica Harney who has played well for them, but one mistake and you're all caught up field, and here now is the problem, and that ball booted forward by Kate Murray, and she's running so fast she's nearly faster than the ball. Michelle Davran, and here is the problem: when you commit players forward, they get in behind, and there's another chance here, surely off a goal for Kilmacud, and thought there might have been a free in there, but not given, and instead Eadestown have managed to repel that attack, but it looked ominous there for them when that transition happened. And ominous is the word I've used a lot today, it feels, and it sort of sums up the day here in Tullamore, especially for the Kildare champions. And ominous again, Lauren McGee has nipped in there and won that, and she gives it to Duran Egan. Now there's lots of players back here. Michelle Davran has it. She'll just take a little dummy solo, and look at, she spins in and out. She always pops out the same ball. I don't think she's wasted a ball all day. And Alva Davran gives it out, and this is Eva Rutledge spreading it out to the far side, Laura Kane. And it's definitely a tactic they have, boot the ball. If you're in one area and it's not working, boot it quickly to the other side.
Yep, it definitely is. It's and you can see as well, they nearly have all the players dragged over the far side, and then they'll kick past the ball the far side, and they'll just exploit the space that they've created themselves then.
And Davran, is she going to lose possession? No, she isn't, of course not. She's calling for a free, and she was sitting on the ground and still was able to punch the ball about 15 yards. And this is Murray going for another of her trademark scores. It's not quite going to get there, but the keeper had to do well, and she did. That could have been another one that dropped in off the post, but it doesn't. And thankfully for Eadestown on the scoreboard, it hasn't gone embarrassing. It hasn't gone really ridiculous in the second half. It's gone from, was it 3-10 at half time? It's only gone 1-2.
Yeah, Kilmacud have scored 1-2 in the second half, which I think they had that scored inside 2 minutes in the first half. So the
pressure still relentless.
The pressure is still relentless there, you're right. It's both sets of defence have been put up against it, really.
Here's a little bit of room, and Tara Bedford did well to get out and win it. A bit of rare possession for them in attack, and a foul there by Lauren McGee on our opposing number 9, Laura Byrne. So we're free in here and a little bit of respite. So we're in now to the last quarter of the game. And is that Abby Cahill going to take this? They've scored 1 point so far from a free. Is this going to double that? Not quite going to make the distance, and Derv Lagar called into action. Or is that Derv Lagar? Did he change the keeper as well? I don't think so. I think it is Derv. They come up the field anyway. She hasn't had too much to do today. Kate Murray again booting it forward, but for once that is a poor enough ball. Eadestown go on the attack again. Yeah, another attack, 2 in a minute, and look at the pressure on them though. She's having to come back out and does that. They're lining up another sub, Eadestown. They may as well give girls experience of this county final, even though it's a tough one to come into. They go back to Anne-Marie Logue, and she nips inside her player. The crowd enjoyed that. Abby Cahill is there, but they go to Siobhan O'Sullivan. She's under pressure from Kate Murray, and Kate Murray nips in there with a tough challenge as well, but the play will be stopped there, and she's disappointed because she had possession, but that was a tough challenge, and her opponent went down there and is in a lot of pain. Let's look again. Is this incident. Is this the... No, that's a little bit earlier. It's the one that didn't go in. Just watching more attacking prowess from Kilmacud and Michelle Davern. This is the one where she went down and still managed to release the ball. So there's a sub has gone in there for Eadestown, and I think she's replaced Tara Bedford. Was it 25 who's gone in? That's Misha McGee in for 13. 25 for 13, I think it was the substitution, yeah?
Yep, that was it, yep.
11 minutes to go then. Just a reminder, if you didn't hear it earlier, the Leinster champions here will play the Munster champions. Their finals at 3 o'clock today. So in 45 minutes or so, Comera Rangers from Waterford against Castle Island Desmonds from Kerry. And on the other side, the Ulster Senior Final is next Sunday. We will be live streaming that from Healy Park in Omagh. That'll be Clan from Lurgan in Armagh, who are the defending champions. They won it last year for the first time against Lurgan ladies from Cavan. I know that sounds a bit confusing. It's 2 Lurgans, but it's Armagh against Cavan. And in Connacht, what's Connacht? Has to be Kilkerran, isn't it? I can't remember who they're playing, but that final is maybe today as well. Kilmacud with lots of room along the side, and Eadestown players, as you see now on that wide shot, have all drifted back into central positions, but they look a little bit jaded there, understandably. Alva Davern then says, well, if you're going to step off, I'll go for my score. But she puts it to the left and wide, and I know this sounds a bit strange to say, Tara, but they've kicked a lot of wides today as well.
They have, and very little pressure being put on them when they're kicking the wides as well. Maybe
that's part of the problem. You know, you need a bit of pressure on sometimes. This is Denise Tierney. Eadestown. Nice little kick pass, looking for the substitute, McGee, and she gets there and gets her free as well. A challenge was from Alana Jones from Kilmacud. Marianne Ryan with Eadestown, and she probably in previous games would have a fair bit of time there, but the challenge came in from behind from Michelle Davern just to put the pressure on her. Now they get it out to Keneally on this left hand side. She's been challenged by Christine Moran, and now it's Eadestown's turn to kick past the ball across the pitch and see if that will have some positive impact. Anna Hines involved, and then Laura Byrne. She's had a decent game today. A tough challenge coming in there from Philippa Green. And the referee, I think, will penalise that one, and it's going to be a free in for Eadestown. And she takes it quickly, Grania Keneally, and why not? She's alert and sees a possibility there, and see if they can get a first score from play. Well, it goes right, but they will get a 45 at least. Philippa Green, by the way, for Kilmacud. Tara, the only player on their team over 30. And interestingly, as well, as I was saying before the game, they had no players, certainly in the starting 15, under the age of 23, whereas most clubs have to and will play a lot of young talent who are 15 even, 16, 17. They don't even have a teenager. They don't even have anyone under 23. That's how strong they are.
And that's country clubs. You are going to have that where you have your 16, 17, 18-year-old coming into the squad. I just noticed there's like you could have
first score from play for Eadestown, and it's come after 52 minutes of the game, and it's a sub who came in, and she has got it, number 25, Misha McGee, and that got a little round of applause there deservedly as well. They've gone to 2 points, but at least they've got a score from play in the game as well, and fair play to them for their persistence.
Yeah, they worked hard to get that, and
they did.
Yeah, I just noticed Kilmacud have changed their keeper there as well.
I was wondering about that.
They have. Yeah, it's number 16. It's,
we're way up here, so it's a bit far away. I didn't
Rachel
quite see.
Fleming.
Yeah, I was saying at half time to you that they switched them around the last couple of years. So I thought that was it. Yeah, I thought actually I saw it was a clean jersey.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well.
yeah, because Derv Lagar's jersey was kind of dirty, but you reckon that was just from the warm-up? It was
from the warm-up. I seen her coming in
so they've even got two fabulous goalkeepers.
Yeah.
But they've so many good players for each position, I guess. Eadestown enjoying a little bit of possession and a score as well here. And as I say, they've kept it to... I mean, the second half's 1-2 to a point.
Yeah. second half is 1-2 to a point. They've worked hard in the second half, and they have put a bit of pressure on Kilmacud. They were unlucky not to have, I think, the one or two chances that they kicked wide from play as well. So,
and the goal was lucky.
Yeah, the goal was lucky for Kilmacud. Yeah.
Grania Keneally coming over to take this one as well. She's doing her level best to try and keep her team going here, even when the odds are against them. She's trying to rouse them with quick frees and taking frees from the sideline, and they're trying to get the game together there, but one mistake and again it's Kate Murray coming out. What a sight she is, striding up the pitch every time. You've really been impressed by her.
I'm really impressed by Kate. She's been everywhere for Kilmacud today, and like that, it's one mistake's made the far end of the field, you can be guaranteed she's going to be up the far end as well, converting a score or setting one up,
which she's done exactly there. And she gave it through to Alva Davern, who got in behind and showed good composure, and off her left hand there she hand passed it over. And if you remember, I think the very first point of the game was her as well. She hand passed it over as well.
Hand passed it over as well, she did, yeah.
It's a skill, it really is. And that's 4-13 now to 2 points as we near the last 5 minutes of the game. And that's again Murray, and there's always somebody out wide because Eadestown drift into the centre, and that could be a goal. She's lashed it. She was going for the top corner there, Laura Kane, but didn't find it. And it's gone wide. But the pressure has been pretty much one-way traffic in the second half as well. Just hasn't shown as much on the scoreboard. No options short that I can see for Andrea, who made her debut, by the way, in 2005. 19 years of service for her club. We were in their first ever Leinster senior final today, and what a tough baptism it has been. And that's a good ball in as well. And this could be another score. Alva Davern throwing all sorts of ships and dummies in there and leaves it off, and indeed it is a score in the end for Darren Egan, substitute who came on at half time, and she makes it 4-14 now. So a couple of points in a minute for the Leinster champions, who have won 2 and now Shirley 3. Andrea's kick out switches direction this time, and it's gone over all the heads, but there's always a Kilmacud player there, and that's Philip Green, available just to supply it into the forwards. And look how much room again. Alva Davern has so much room in there. Don't mean to criticise the defence because I'm sure they're very tired at this stage, but Alva is popping up everywhere in good positions as well and getting good possession, and then they just filter it back out again, and they change the direction of the attack to Michelle Davern, and she has the number 20 there, Christine Moran. Nothing doing that side, so they're just going to bring it around again. Sinead O'Donoghue. And the subs for Kilmacud have all had a good run. They haven't been brought on the last 5 minutes. I don't even see anyone coming on at the minute. They brought 3 or 4 on at half time, so they've all had a good run, and I'm sure there's others who would love to get on, but the competition for places is just ridiculous. This is McGee to Davern, and she just darts in and amongst them, teases them by going in and filters it back out again, releases it at the right time, just scares them a little bit and then brings it out and sort of has drawn them in to make a little bit of room for her teammates. And this is Davern again, always available. The two Daverns up the centre of the attack have been fabulous, and looks up to see, will I go? No, I'll not bother. It's just a little bit too far out. I'll just filter it back out again because there's 3 or 4 players out here. And it is Eadestown in the blue, just been dragged from right to left. This is Lauren McGee being followed. And Christine Moran again, and they just come out again and try again. And there's 14 players behind the ball, Tara. Yeah, it's
Kilmacud, like, are just, it's time and patience. I've been saying it all game. If there's no one taking a quick shot there, if it's not on.
Oh, they're in now though, and they might even get a goal. Now they're going to lash it over the bar. Yeah, they just were so patient, and they put it wide. I thought that was over. Yeah. They put it wide. Yeah, but sorry, go on.
That's what they're doing. They're getting it into the right player who has the time then to take a shot. They're not rushing anything. They're not forcing anything. They'll see if it's blocked up. They'll pass it back out. They'll put it across the field, and it takes a lot of time and effort at training for teams to get that to get it right and to make sure it's working in game day as well. So fair play to the management team in Kilmacud, where they have the girls tuned in into everything that they want them to do.
Oh, hold on. Is there a chance here at the other end? No, there isn't, because Rachel Fleming has come out quickly, but she has gone down under a collision from her own player, and the referee is going to have to do something about this. It was just a hopeful ball over the top, and it has ended up in a tricky situation for Kilmacud. I think he's gone in, the referee, to talk to the umpire. We were talking about the goalkeepers as well. I know you were, Tara, and there's a message on the YouTube says no notable drop off in performance between the sub keeper and the Galway keeper. Oh, hold on, we have a solution here. Lauren Linehan says Crokes didn't change the goalie, she changed the jersey, so we were half right. I thought it was Dervla, but why is she wearing a clean jersey? So that's what it is. Yeah, okay, sorry. Apologies to Dervla Gar, because I did think it looks a bit like her, but how come her jersey's clean? But thanks for pointing that out, Lauren. I think people are getting a little bit distracted when they're watching on YouTube, maybe the way the game has gone, because they're discussing amongst themselves, is anyone watching Day of the Jackal? Another message from Kerry McGrory. Come on, Kate Murray and Crokes from Perth. So lots of support overseas for the champions of 2 years and 3 years now in waiting. I'm just checking on the Facebook as well for messages there. And as we go towards the end of the game, I usually ask people for their nominations for Player of the Match. There is a Player of the Match award. Now, we're not going to decide it, but I'd be interested to hear who you think maybe should win it, and I'll ask Tara about that in a minute as well, maybe after the final whistle when we're waiting for the cup presentation. But I'd love to hear who people think, and it's a tough one today. There's so many fantastic performances out there today from the champions. The whole team as a team have been so impressive, one of the best that both of us have seen in quite a while, and they are still going right to the end. They just haven't really shown it as much in the scoreboard in the second half, but the first half they just put the team away, as they have done a few times in the championship. 5 goals in the quarter-final, 5 goals in the semi-final, and they had 2 in 2 minutes at the start of this game, and the results has never been in doubt, but the level of performance has been so impressive. And I know, Tara, you mentioned the management there. We should give them a decent shout out as well. David Buckley, Paddy O'Donoghue, Imelda Callaghan, Terry Jennings and Peter Ward. And there is a full-time whistle. It has ended 4-14 to 3 points, 26 to 3, and that tells its own story. And to be honest, it could have been more, but it was only 1 goal and 4 points in the second half for Kilmacud after that overwhelmingly dominant first half performance. Lauren McGee is there, and she's asked for the ball from the match. Maybe she wants to keep that as a memento, I'm not quite sure. And you see also Kate Murray in there amongst the celebrations. Not wild celebrations, because it's their 3rd year to win it and we knew what the result was going to be, but you still see the delight on their faces, not just that they've won it, but the way that they have won it today. And you see Emer Sweeney, number 3, in that shot. She'll get to lift this cup for the 3rd time in 3 years, and you know, in 2022, before that final, they had never won it, so you can see what it means to them to be there again. They are now an utterly dominant force, and probably tougher to get out of Dublin than to get out of Leinster as well, it has to be said as well. And you see Grania Keneally, the captain of Eadestown, there graciously congratulating her opponents and going around them. She accepts there's the 2 captains embracing there at the back of that shot as well, and a little smile from Emer too, and Ray in there taking the photographs. Your thoughts, Tara Rowe?
Yeah, kind of hoping it wasn't going to be this way, but 4-14 to 3 points. It was David versus Goliath. Kilmacud were a joy to watch. Their movement off the ball, on the ball, their patience, their timing, everything was fantastic. Unfortunately for Eadestown, 3 points, 2 frees, 1 from play. It's magnificent for a club to get to a Leinster final. You would be hoping you'd get a little bit more on the board and you could throw a bit more in there for your club, but when you're coming up against the team like Kilmacud, like you're always going to be up against it from the start.
Yeah, we predicted that before the game when we went through the age profiles and the previous results, and the huge city club against a small country club. Yeah, and we threw out all the cliches, but when the game started, Kilmacud just emphasised that so much. They had a goal in 30 seconds, a goal in the second minute. I mean, it was so impressive, so one-sided. Let's watch some of the scores here again. I mean, they just cut through. This is the one right at the start. I think it was about 32 seconds, bang. And they didn't let up at all, and you just had to stand back and admire them. Look at the amount of space here, and you know, they were chasing shadows, and the finishing was first class as well. The approach work, the pressure from the kick-outs. I mean, these girls obviously are serious contenders for the All-Ireland. Absolutely, you know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
This one a wee bit lucky. It has to be said.
Yeah, very lucky on that one.
But, you know, for the amount of pressure, you wouldn't have been surprised to see the odd one drop in like that, whereas the goals in the first half were created really, really well. And all the players, some family members out on the pitch. I know Leinster committee will be trying to get the captain out of there, and I see the captain in the middle there. They'll be trying to get her moved from there up to the stand to make the presentation. There you see Michelle Davern over to the right there dancing for joy, which brings me to the Player of the Match award, not the official one. They'll pick somebody on their own, Leinster, but for us, I see Margaret in there trying to get. Is she looking for the captain there? She's from Leinster and she's looking for the captain. Maybe she's over at number 4. That's Philippa. She's not the captain, and maybe someone else is looking for her. But yeah, Player of the Match. I mean, for me, Michelle Davern. But you know, she's not the only fantastic player for them there today. So how do you pick one?
I would dare. I've picked 2. Well,
go on.
I only picked 1, but landed between 2. Michelle Davern scored 2-2 from play. She was instrumental in everything that Kilmacud was doing up front. If she wasn't on the score sheet, she was setting them up. And then Kate Murray, wing back for Kilmacud, she was the very same, 2 points from play herself. She was stopping Eadestown from scoring, but getting forward as well and helping set up scores. And either of those 2 was Player of the Match for myself.
I'm not letting you away with that. Not letting you have one. You have to pick one.
If I have to pick one,
you do.
I have to pick one. You know, I go with Michelle Davern. She was absolutely brilliant there. 2-2, as I said, from play. That's she never stopped going right to the very end.
You'd like to give it to a defender.
Yeah.
And Kate Murray, well, she got a few scores as well. But Michelle Davern, for me, you know, she was so slick in there, getting her own scores, but also creating and. Great target player, and she never lost the ball all day. Even she was under pressure, and she did so much donkey work around there. Now it must be, to be fair, an absolute joy to go in there with that sort of team around you. So you know, I dare say, like, I could play well in there, but okay, I'm stretching it. But you know what I mean. I mean, the point is that it's a joy, and it's easier to play in there. I mean, but I think she would still have played well if she was playing for Eadestown today.
Yeah,
she's just a great
she
player.
would have. Like, there was one down in the corner. She had 2 or 3 Eadestown players around her. It looked like she was fouled. She still managed to get the ball away.
On the ground,
she was sitting on the ground. She was kind of looking at the ref going, what's going on? She was absolutely brilliant today. Like, and even she'd get the ball, she'd pass it off. She was jogging off away. She was constantly, the Eadestown defenders were looking, going, where is she? Because you can't give her an inch or she'll do a bit of damage. Absolutely.
I'm just checking on the messages to see if there's any other contenders for a Player of the Match from people watching, because we're trying to fill a couple of minutes here before we get to the presentation. I don't see it happening just yet.
Well, Kilmacud are heading over now, so
good. Well, they only need the captain. Get the captain up there, and then the rest will follow. See her. She's still in the group. Yeah, she's going over as part of that. Emer Sweeney. She's been here, done that. But yeah, if they get her up and the Player of the Match, then we can get started. But Leinster are always very good at making this happen quickly. But of course, the family just want to go out there and see their loved ones and celebrate with them. And Eadestown are right there as well, of course. But we are going to have the presentation imminently, because as you see, the purple and gold jerseys are at the bottom of the steps. So they will get up there, and Trina Murray is waiting with microphone in hand and the cup to get to the presentation. I think she's telling the players go up the other steps over the other side here in Tullamore, and that's going to happen now, and we will get to that in the next minute or so. And it is Kilmacud Crokes' 3rd year in a row, and it's now 14 titles for the county of Dublin in the Leinster Senior Club Championship down the years, going right back to Ballyboden and of course Fox Rock and the Fianna, I think, won one as well. But the force these days is Kilmacud, and they will now go on to play the winners from Munster. They actually have their final at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so in half an hour. Comera Rangers against Castle Island Desmond. So that's the next thing on the agenda, is the All-Ireland semi-finals, and it'll be so interesting to see how they manage at that level. They certainly have a team there that is capable of going all the way, and last year they were obviously very disappointed, but I'd be surprised this year if they're not right there in the final, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won it. What do you think, Tara?
Yeah, it's going to take a good team to stop Kilmacud. We're watching the game now later on to see what the opposition out of Munster is going to be like. But definitely it is going to take a good team to put it up to Kilmacud in an All-Ireland semi-final.
The Bill Daly Cup is there on the podium, which has the graphic for LGFA in their 50th year, and Trina Murray is poised and ready to get us going. I see Niamh Cotter over to the left. She only played one half and then got a rest. And the other young players came on, or younger players came on and did well as well. But a very, very impressive performance.
We're all very welcome here today to our AIB Leinster Senior Final. I'd like to congratulate both teams on an excellent display here today. Well done to all your management and your club executives as well for all the work that they do behind the scenes. So congratulations to you all. To our referee, Barry Redmond, we'd like to thank you for officiating today, and to indeed to all our referees who have officiated throughout our championship. Thank you so much. To all the GA and all the volunteers here in Glenisk Park, we are delighted to be hosting our senior final here today, and thank you so much for your wonderful facility. Our staff and LGFA, our executive, and for all the committees that have worked throughout the year to make this competition what it is. Thank you so much for your support to me as President of Leinster LGFA, and thank you so much for the bottom of my heart for everything that you have done in my term of office. I'd like to thank Jerome and to all the media for covering our game. It's wonderful to get so much cover for these wonderful players. So thank you so much. I'm joined here today with Colin Walsh, member of AIB. We're delighted to welcome AIB on board this year, and they complete the four codes of the GA family. Ladies football, camogie, hurling and GA. We're delighted to have AIB on board. They recognise that it's the grassroots of the association that our clubs are, and that the work that the volunteers do. And we're grateful for their support, and we wish them continued support. So at this point, our player of the match board is going to ask Colin to present the player of the match board. And that goes to number 11, Alba Dowd.
To be fair, she had a great game too.
She scored 3.
Yeah. Well, I knew it'd be a Davern.
To Eadestown, this is your first time representing your club at senior level. Congratulations to you. I know that about this was your day at home when you got here.
The magic moment for Kilmacud Crokes then, 3rd year in a row to get their hands in the Bill Daly Cup, and they will surely be a big contender now for more honours after this. But for now, Emer Sweeney in Tullamore raises the cup to their players and supporters, and a very deserved victory. And now we'll hear from Emer, who has her speech ready. So commiserations to Eadestown. It has to be repeated that they didn't have Grace Clifford, they didn't have Aoife Clifford, and they lost Ruth Sargent before the game. That was a killer blow to their chances today. They can't afford to lose 3 players like that, but unfortunately they had to go into their first final without them, so that obviously made things an awful lot difficult, or more difficult than they were already difficult before that. So a tough day for them, but a great achievement to get to this final. But they come up against a machine, a well-oiled machine, and we see the player of the match there. That is Alva Davern, and we went for Michelle Davern and we mentioned the Kate Murray as well at number 7, but Alva obviously had a brilliant game as well. I mean, you could have picked almost anyone, but she did play very well, got the first point of the game, played very well in the second half as well, so you can't argue with that either.
No, you definitely can't argue like that. You could have picked any of the Kilmacud players for player of the match. They were all excellent today, and it was she got 3 points from play, and like that she was everywhere as well, setting it up, and she was back defending. So,
and there is the other magic moment for them as they come down amongst the players, and even though it's their 3rd year, the celebrations are still very excited, of course. And now they'll get their photograph taken, and we've got a nice shot of that, so we'll just stay on for a couple of seconds. And what's that music playing? Is that Heroes or something like that? Something appropriate anyway. Sounds like David Bowie's Heroes, which would be appropriate for them. And the whole panel in there, Niamh Cotter at the back, and is she in Michelle Davern's back? Is
yeah,
she?
Is,
she is indeed. So yeah, they've obviously a great team spirit there, and they will go forward now into the All-Ireland semi-finals. So we'll wrap it up there. My thanks to Tara Rowe, and we hope you have enjoyed the coverage here from Tullamore. It was decided early on, but I think what we're looking at here is a team who have big ambitions, and this could be the year for Kilmacud to go all the way in the AIB All-Ireland Championship. We will see about that in the weeks to come. But for now, we will leave you from Tullamore. It's a very goodbye.